This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good evening everyone. Good evening everyone. Tonight is Yud Aleph, Adar Aleph. Yud Aleph Adar. Tonight is the Yahrtzeit of many great tzaddikim. Tonight is the Yahrtzeit of the Avnei Nezer, the Rebbe of Sachachav, the author of the Iglei Tal, Rebbe Avram Bornstein, the Avnei Nezer. Tonight is also the Yahrtzeit of the Chida. One of the kavanos that we had going on this trip this time of the year was we were coming to Italy in the footsteps of the Chida, whose Yahrtzeit is this time, tonight. And we were going to go to many of the cities that the Chida visited in his trip. And later on in the meal, I want to share with you 5 hanhagos that the Chida brings down that are really life-changing. But right now I want to tell you something about the relationship between the Chida and the Hasidim. Okay? Now I handed out a sheet. Recently, a Matana Min HaShamayim came, and I got a hold of an edition from the Chida's personal library, from the Sefer Orchos Chaim of Luniel, with the Chida's handwritten comments on it, with the Chida's famous signature. The Chida signed his name like his great-great-grandfather, Rabbi Avraham Azulai. By the way, Rabbi Avraham Azulai, the Chida always refers to as his grandfather, but he was his great-great-grandfather. Maybe we'll speak about, somebody once had the audacity to ask the Chida, why do you keep calling Rabbi Avraham Azulai your great-great-grandfather? He's your grandfather. Stop it already. And the Chida wrote a tshuva explaining why he has the right to call him his grandfather. In any event, we know the Chida traveled to many countries in Western Europe, to France, to Germany, to England, to Holland. The Chida never went to Eastern Europe. So by the Hasidim, there's a legend that by the Hasidei Chernobyl and Ruzhin, they say that at the end of the Chida's life, they brought, what? Your Chernobyl? Ruzhin. Very chashuv. Okay. So you'll authenticate the legend, okay? That at the end of the Chida's life, one of the Hasidim came to him and brought him the Sefer Ma'or Einayim. And the Chida read for the first time the Sefer Ma'or Einayim, and the Chida said he felt tsar that he wasn't zoicha to visit the communities of the Talmidei Baal Shem. But I want to share with you an amazing statement of the Rebbe of Meilech, Rebbe Meilech of Lezhensk. Yeah, good? Yeah. You're also a chassid. You're also very good. So Baruch Hashem, on this trip we have descendants of Chassam Sofer, Rebbe Meilech of Lezhensk, Ruzhin, Sachachav. We're well represented on this trip. Okay, here we go. Says the Rebbe of Meilech. He says that when Haskalah began with Moses Mendelssohn and his commentary on the Chumash, the Biur, so the Rebbe of Meilech said that it was Zeh L'uma Zeh Asa Elokim, that Keneged the Sitra Achra of the Haskalah, the Rebbe Shem sent the Chida to battle the Sitra Achra of the Haskalah. But the Rebbe of Meilech said, B'zeh halashain. Sham Italia yesh tzadik echad. In Italy there's a tzadik, Gadol, a great tzadik, Ashar Yedei Chiburav HaTahirim, that through his pure works, Mevatel Kol Sifrei Haminos, he's Mevatel all the Svarim of the Minim, Umiyitein V'haya Levavam Shal Yisrael Lishkoid Al Dalsei Sifrei Chida. If only the Rebbe Shem would put into the hearts of Klal Yisrael to learn diligently the works of the Chida, Lo Yazizu Oisam Klum Emunasam, the works of the Chida would keep Klal Yisrael on the straight and narrow. And the Rebbe of Meilech said, especially the Sifrei Drush, the Rosh David, and other Svarim. So there's a question: how exactly do the works of the Chida, how are they mevatel haskalah? I mean, the Chida was a great gadol, but the Chida lived in a generation of all-time great tzaddikim. Chida met Achroinim, Pnei Yeshua, and Tam Rabbi Yonasan Eibeshitz, Rabbi Yaakov Emden, the Gra. You know, why dafka did the Rebbe of Meilech say that the Chida was mevatel the haskalah? Why not any of the Hasidim or the Hasidic masters? What was unique about the Chida that the Chida was sent down to the world to be mevatel haskalah? So I read in one of the biographies of the Chida. This one is written by Zev Peretsky, and this resonates with me very much. The Chida had a style of writing different than perhaps any other Gadol in history. All the Gedolim in history, they write B'derech HaMesorah, in a very traditional way. The Chida was the first Gadol b'Yisrael to be able to strike a very fine balance. The subjects that the Chida writes about, he wrote about in a sense, in an academic sense, in a scientific sense. Nobody ever wrote about travel like the Chida. Nobody ever wrote about history like the Chida. The work like the Shem HaGdolim that records biographical information, bibliographical information. You know, one of the father of the modern art of bibliography, somebody by the name of Morris Steinschneider, who is considered the father of modern day bibliography. But what the Chida did, the Chida really preceded him in, from memory, being able to catalog all the writers who ever lived before him, all the Svarim that were ever written before him. So the Chida was able to take all the traditions, Al-Pi Mesoras Yisrael Saba, and write it in a certain sense, in a scientific way, but yet it's Al-Pi Mesoras Aveseinu. So the method of the Chida was very unique in that the Chida's approach to all the various Miktzos HaTorah, he was able to be Mavatel the Haskalah. See, otherwise it was two different playing fields. It was two different Olamais. You could either be in the world of Torah, or you could be in the world Chas v'Shalom of Haskalah. The Chida was able to demonstrate that the Chachmas HaTorah is no less than any of the other Chachmas. So that's the Rebbe Meilech said that the Svarim of the Chida were sent down to the world to Mevatel the Kayach HaHaskalah. A little bit later on in the meal, I want to share with you from the Sefer Meira Be'etzba of the Chida, 5 amazing Hanhagos that will, as they say, will change your life. One of the things, that they say the Chida wrote over 70 Svarim. How was he able to accomplish this in such a lifespan? I mean, just the Shem HaGdolim alone it boggles the mind how any human being is able to catalog all the writers who ever lived, all the Svarim who ever lived. So the Chida writes in Meira Be'etzba, in Ois Kuf Nun Gimel, Chida writes, Mi she'enoi ma'aved zman, yesh zman lakol. Someone who doesn't waste time, there's time for everything. So that's a motto that we could say that Chida definitely lived by. And Zechusa Yagen Aleinu, it's really a privilege to be here in Italy on this time of the year, Yud Aleph Adar, Zechusa Yagen Aleinu v'al Kol Yisrael.
Amen. You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.